Okay, so let's talk about Chainsaw Man, chapter 37, titled Train Head Chainsaw. Now I have to say that when I read that chapter, I was confused. I was like, train head chainsaw. I was like, I get the train saw. I was like, I get the chainsaw, but head in the train? I was like, what? Is that a mistranslation? And last week I read the chapter, but I didn't make a video on it. It didn't interest me. I had to work and all this other stuff, so I was like, I don't care. But this week, I will have to admit, this week met my expectations for Fujimoto in making these Chainsaw Man chapters. So let's dive into it. Normally I talk about the previous week's chapter, but this time I don't really care. I'm just going to go straight into this week's chapter, chapter 37. So this week we open up with where we left off, actually, where Denji and the Katana Devil guy start fighting and they jump out a window. And because they jumped out the window, they're now falling at the beginning of this chapter. So far that actually they land on top of a moving train outside the building. And it's a really big, like, cool Marvel scene where you see the Katana guy above Denji, who Denji landed on the train first, and he's just like looking like Wolverine pouncing down on Denji, and then they both crash into the train with actual passengers on board. Now, something interesting that I want to talk about is that I feel like we get a glimpse of what time frame, or at least what time frame Fujimoto wants to give us for the backstory of the Chainsaw Man universe, because in this page we have like a female, I think, sitting on the left hand side of the train with these bell-bottom looking like knitted wool pants and these big shoes. It make me think, what year is this based on? Is that just was that not even Fujimoto who drew that? Or was this was this like him trying to be like, oh, this is what people would normally dress in this era? Because we don't know what year it is, technically, but it should be modern day, I think. But those pants, those aren't modern. Those are not. And then Denji and the Katana guy keep fighting. Of course, they're on a train, and since this is a place in Japan where devils are common, they have emergency sequences where if a devil is spotted on the train, it performs an emergency stop and all the doors open so that passengers can leave. A good thing they're above ground, because Denji and the Katana guy are not playing. Everyone's trying to run away. So almost everyone gets off the train except for this one woman who gets stuck between Denji and the Katana devil, which sucks because he's the type of guy that will cut through anything to get his kill, and Denji is his kill. But we do see something really cool, something that puts a good smile on my face with the fact that Denji stops him from killing her. He actually puts his arm around her to block his attack. This is also the same attack, that like flash step speed attack he did to fight Aki and Denji the first time, all those chapters ago. And it's funny, it's because we get to see it still works. He cuts off Denji's left arm. How is he so fast? It's something else is going on. He must have like a fragment of the gun devil in him, because he seems just a little too fast with that move. So yeah, Denji gets his arm cut off, and the woman is saved, luckily, so she can run away screaming with blood all over her. At least it's not her blood. It's funny because Katana Head is in the stance to do the move again, and Denji's just sitting there with his chainsaw head and his chainsaw and one chainsaw arm, and sees that he's getting ready to do that move, and he's like, hey, we should ban that move. It's too overpowered. It's like, you're gonna kill me if you keep doing that. And of course, he doesn't listen, and Denji gets his other arm cut off. And that's when I'm like, damn, Denji and Power went through training. It looked like Power, like, at least felt more like confident in herself to actually fight people or fight monsters that she felt she could actually defeat. I was hoping Denji would be like actually good in a fight now. And I'm looking at this like, damn, who's gonna come up and save him? Is Aki gonna come? Are we gonna see some of the new devils we saw like 3 chapters ago? Is the angel devil gonna come and help him or something? Because like it looks like Denji's gonna lose. And before Denji has the chance to lose, the Katana guy is like, before you die, apologize for killing Gramps. It's like, oh yeah, right, you're all into this because Denji killed your grandfather, a mafia agent that let himself be taken over by a zombie. Yeah, he definitely needs revenge. His grandfather, like, yeah, I stopped caring about it a long time. And that's when Denji's like, I can still fight. I still got the chainsaw on my head. I can still fight. And it's like, that's pretty stupid because, as we know, Denji usually only fights mainly with the chainsaws on his arms. The chainsaw on his head is almost completely useless because it's on your head. Are you gonna headbutt him with the chainsaw? That's pretty cool. We should definitely see Denji do that soon if we haven't already. But yeah, it's like the Katana guy calls him an idiot because it's like, yeah, you're an idiot. And that's where we get this double page spread of the Katana guy and Denji passing each other in a blur. And it's not very well drawn, but it's alright. It's pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. And I was like, I remember looking, when I first read through this, I looked at it and I was like, why is Denji's right leg so far stretched out? Like, what is that? And I was like, whatever. And you see them land. I was like, okay, Denji, you got your leg cut off. Good job. And we see the Katana guy standing, Denji behind him on the ground, and his chainsaw on his head breaks. And the Katana guy's like, the Gramps never teach you how to know when to give up. And I was like, I'm thinking, Gramps just really kind of tortured him and forced him to pay him money, while Denji literally sold pieces of his body for money so that he could survive. I don't think he was in it to like try to actually teach Denji anything. I'm like, damn it, Denji's dead. Alright. But before it actually happens, Denji looks back with his broken chainsaw head and is like, you went and aimed so carefully for my head, thanks for that, dumb shit. I'm like, what do you mean? Of course he aimed for the head. That's the only weapon you have left. Lo and behold, the next page, Katana guy is cut in half, straight down from head to ass, by Denji. And it's like, how? He explodes in a mess of blood, insides, and just gore. And it's like, Denji recites something back to him that, the master, he recites something back that he said. It says, prey should never trust what a hunter says. And that's when we see that Denji is just sitting there smiling in the last page of the chapter with a chainsaw coming out of his leg. And I'm like, oh shoot, he can do that. I don't remember if he ever has done it before, but I'm like, that makes sense. He never said anything about, if it was a chainsaw devil, you'd think the chainsaw devil, Pochita, rest his soul, would be able to summon chainsaws on any part of his body, honestly, at full strength at least. So it's like, Denji summoning a chainsaw on his leg? Yeah, that sounds about right. And then I'm thinking like, what other body parts can he summon a chainsaw? I can only imagine Denji being in the bathroom, pants down, trying to take a piss, and he's like, I wonder what happened if I pulled my ripcord and flexed my pelvic muscles. And next thing, that would be so painful. Oh my gosh, I just thought about that. He would be stupid enough to try it, but that'd be so painful. A chainsaw sprouts from his penis, and he's just screaming in the bathroom while Aki and Power are trying to sleep in their respective rooms at their apartment. That should definitely be like a mini chapter or something, because that would be hilarious. But yeah, with that, that's the end of the chapter. It looks like Denji won for now, because we know last time this guy looked like he was completely dead. Sawatari came back and like revived him, or he revived himself somehow. We don't know, but hopefully he's dead. He's truly dead for now. I think he might be, but again, you never know. But yeah, that was a cool chapter. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you did too. Sadly, with work and personal life, I really didn't feel like uploading. I didn't feel like making a video at all for last week. And then this week, I read it right before I went to work. No, I saw that the chapter came out right before I had to go. I was like, I'm not gonna. So I put it off. And I put it off until I was like, I don't have to work today. I'll read it today. And I was like, it's probably not being a great chapter like last week. I probably won't make a video. But after reading this chapter, I think I'm back on making weekly videos for Chainsaw Man. And I'll give you a surprise if you make it to the end. I might also be making videos on One Piece and My Hero Academia, because both those, the last arc of My Hero Academia was amazing. I should have really jumped on that arc, but honestly I didn't know really how to do this YouTube video thing. Now I feel like I'm better at it. And then this current One Piece arc of Wano, it's kind of finally like finishing up, so I feel like I can do that now and still get it to be kind of popular. So like, I don't know, but thanks for watching. This was at Win19, ATWIN19 YouTube channel. Just follow me on Twitter and Twitch, all the same information. You can look me up. But yeah, this was Chainsaw Man Chapter 37. Thanks for watching. Peace.